Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Wherever you're watching from around the world, welcome to All Over. I'm Andrew Smith, and tonight we bring you an in-depth look at the major developments shaping global affairs on this February 3rd. We begin in Eastern Europe, where the war in Ukraine continues to weigh heavily on international stability. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte is in Kyiv today for high-level talks with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. His visit follows another wave of Russian drone and missile strikes that targeted multiple regions across Ukraine, including critical infrastructure and densely populated areas. Ukrainian officials say the attacks once again disrupted power supplies and heightened concerns for civilians as winter conditions persist. NATO sources describe Rutte's visit as both symbolic and strategic, a message that Western support for Ukraine remains intact despite growing fatigue and political pressures in some allied countries. Behind closed doors, discussions are expected to focus on air defense capabilities, military aid deliveries, long-term security guarantees, and Ukraine's future relationship with NATO. Analysts note that while diplomacy continues behind the scenes, the battlefield reality is still driving many of the decisions being made by global leaders. From Europe, we turn now to the Middle East, where diplomatic urgency is intensifying. The United Arab Emirates has publicly urged the United States and Iran to reach a nuclear agreement ahead of critical negotiations expected to take place this week. Regional leaders warn that the failure to secure a deal could push the region closer to a dangerous escalation. Both Washington and Tehran remain divided over key issues, including sanctions relief, nuclear inspections, and compliance timelines. International mediators say the window for compromise is narrowing, and the stakes are high. A collapse in talks could trigger economic retaliation, military posturing, and increased instability across the Middle East, with consequences far beyond the region itself. Those geopolitical tensions are already making their presence felt in global markets. Oil prices jumped nearly 2% today after U.S. forces shot down an Iranian drone, raising fresh concerns about security near the Strait of Hormuz. This narrow passageway is one of the most critical energy choke points in the world, with a significant portion of global oil exports passing through it every single day. Energy analysts warn that markets remain extremely sensitive to developments in the region. Even a limited disruption could tighten global supply, drive fuel prices higher, and add further pressure to inflation at a time when many economies are already struggling with high costs of living. Meanwhile, in Europe, preparations are underway for one of the largest international sporting events in years. Italy has officially launched a 24-hour National Security Command Center ahead of the Milano Cortina 2026 Winter Olympic Games. The operation brings together national police forces, intelligence agencies, cybersecurity teams, and international partners to monitor and respond to potential threats in real time. Italian authorities say the decision reflects a changing global security environment where threats are no longer limited to physical attacks, but also include cyber operations, misinformation campaigns, and coordinated disruptions. With athletes and visitors expected from around the world, officials emphasize that prevention and rapid response will be key priorities in the months ahead. And finally, tonight, we turn to the global economy. The US dollar is experiencing increased volatility, unsettling investors and financial markets worldwide. Shifting expectations around U.S. economic policy, interest rates, and government spending are contributing to uncertainty, prompting investors to reassess risk across currencies, equities, and commodities. Some economists see the dollar's recent movements as a warning sign that global markets are entering a more unstable phase, while others argue it reflects a broader adjustment to changing economic power dynamics. What is clear is that prolonged currency volatility can impact trade flows, emerging markets, and the cost of borrowing across the globe. Taken together, these stories paint a picture of a world navigating conflict, diplomacy, economic uncertainty, and heightened security concerns, all at the same time. Those are the major developments shaping our world today. Thank you for watching All Over. I'm Andrew Smith. Stay informed, stay aware.